was up most of the night. Yeah, 5 hours. Oh well, I'll try to do better tonight. All right, let's see. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Hi, Adonis. Queen City. Next week, love. Next week, love. Making decisions that push life forward. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on, but slow and steady wins the race. Wouldn't make any decisions next week. Listen to your intuition. If you're currently with someone, current relationship should be well functioning. If you're not with anyone, potential relationships should be well functioning, and there may be an earth sign around Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Red, how's it going to go with the lawyer today? It should go well. You've got good luck, the world at your feet, and happiness on your side. It should go well. Kristen, in general, for the rest of June. If you've had an argument or disagreement with someone, it should resolve itself and move into the past, and life could change for the better quickly, especially where money is concerned. Finances may be improving. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on, and you could be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You're not looking back on the past. Life is moving forward. You may be planning travel, and anxiety eases. Could be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Life's moving forward and you're ready for it. It should be a good rest of the month. I think now, I keep saying it, that Jupiter has moved into Cancer. I think a lot of things are going to shift for the better for most of us. Let's see what happens. Got my fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. Oh, Adonis, no, I didn't. I didn't even see it. Let me just pull it up. We had ice skating this morning, so. Oh, wow, that's good news. Excellent, excellent. That's great. Oh, you're welcome. The beginning of June, yeah, I feel like, yeah. And I feel like, you know, I don't know, like this is summertime, and I feel like we haven't, I don't know, it doesn't feel like summer yet. Maybe it's too early, but I don't know. It's been a bummer. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's been somewhat of a bummer. Alessandra, I've been thinking of my ex Rigo lately, and he currently lurked on my Instagram after years of not talking to. Has he been thinking of me as well? You cross his mind on occasion, yeah, but I don't think he's thinking about anything specific. So if you have intentions with him, I would suggest that you reach out to him rather than wait for him, because it doesn't look like he's putting in all that much effort right now. I know, Adonis, it's crazy. Mega love. Mega love. Walk away from, disconnect from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. New beginnings around the horizon that could bring in happiness around a well-functioning relationship that makes you feel like relief. If you're already with someone and your relationship is well-functioning, things should continue that way. If you're not with anyone or you're in anything that's dysfunctional, that's going to have to move into the past in order for new doors to open. And then you may have a water sign coming in, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Mariana, general for the weekend. Money comes in, finances improving. You may be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Old wounds heal and move into the past. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Teamwork is on your side, especially around work, school, or business. And something may happen this weekend that makes you happy. Take time, if you can, for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Cosmic Love General for June. Things look a little slow in the month of June. I don't see all that much changing. Exploring your options could lead to success around love, but I don't think it's going to be in the month of June because things just look a little slow. It doesn't look like anything bad is happening. It just looks like not all that much is happening. Listen to your intuition and take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Exploring your options leads to success. But I think that may be sometime between like now and the end of the year. I don't think it's going to be before the end of June. Devin, money. Life changes for you for the better quickly when you add a new stream of income. Money comes in, finances improving around a well-balanced, well-functioning job opportunity, or you're feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business, but adding a new stream of income may make the difference for you. Exploring your options around career leads to success. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. Pallavi, love. Perseverance pays off around love. You have new beginnings on the horizon, possibly with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Then you also have another Aries. Lay down the law, set boundaries. It'll serve you well. Then you could have a Scorpio around. Disappointments heal and move into the past. And if you've had an argument or a disagreement with someone, it also should move into the past. Exploring your options around love leads you to success. Kriti for the next 48. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Anxiety eases and moves into the past and life moves forward. May reconnect with an old friend or someone you haven't seen in a while. Listen to your intuition and take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Having choices and options around social activity may make you may bring in happiness. Hi Mel. Twin Flames, is S's project being rushed? How does she feel about it? It might be being rushed and she could feel anxious about it. There's a little anxiety around it or uneasiness around it. I'm very argumentative. These things happen every day. It's okay. It's okay. T-Vet for today. Lay down the law, set boundaries if you feel like someone is overstepping. Empress is bringing in love and money or more of it. And you have success coming in around work, school, or business. A new journey may begin. Could be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around both personal and professional relationships. Dee Dee for tomorrow. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. You may be spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You could have money coming in. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. Maybe spending time with a Gemini. May also be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Ina, general. You may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Maybe spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. If you've recently had an argument or a disagreement with someone, it should resolve itself and move into the past. Something may happen that makes you happy, around work, school, or business, and a disappointment or a heartache is healing and moving into the past. Liz, general for today. You're no longer holding yourself back. Something nice can happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Disappointment heals and moves into the past, and perseverance pays off. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and you may be spending time with a Libra or an Aries. Early yesterday, S came in and we chatted a bit. I was a little down but put on a happy face. Did I make S feel uncomfortable? No, I don't think so. No, not at all. Vartika, general. Money comes in, finances improve, old wounds are healing and moving into the past, and you're no longer holding yourself back. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. You may be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. If you've recently had an argument or a disagreement with someone, it should resolve itself and move into the past. A new journey begins, and you may be spending time with a Libra. Emily, near future for Jane and me. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. You may be spending time together, and communication should pick up. You have the world at your feet. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve, and be clear about what you want. Not bad. Tamana, love reading. Leave, disconnect, walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Getting rid of the old stuff that's not working will help open new doors. If you're not with anyone right now, a new journey may begin with a Libra. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. Explore your options. Anything that needs to be cut out needs to move into the past, and then new doors open. Then you may have a Virgo coming in, possibly fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Old wounds heal and move into the past with new beginnings that could lead you to success around love. A well-balanced, well-functioning relationship is coming in. If you're already with someone and your relationship is well-functioning, don't bring the past into the future. Leave the past in the past. Maggie, love for the rest of 25. Solution to a problem is in front of you, and with growth, change, and transformation brings in celebration around love. You have a committed relationship here. If you're already with this person, your current relationship should be functioning well, leading you to the 10 cups being full. If you're not with anyone, you have a Sagittarius coming in, or possibly water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Somebody could come in out of the clear blue sky, or life may change for you for the better quickly out of this clear blue sky. Summer love, love. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You have an air sign around, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but slow and steady wins the race, and exploring your options could lead to success. You have the world at your feet. You also have fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Disappointment heals and moves into the past, and life moves forward. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve when it comes to love. Twin Flames, why does S feel anxious about her project? Fool is in reverse, so you're going to find out. May feel like, Hermit is in reverse. May feel like either she's done something wrong and hasn't taken responsibility for it, or somebody's doing something wrong and they're not taking responsibility for it. May feel a little stuck or stagnant, or just not real confident about whatever it is. But more will be revealed around this situation with the Fool in reverse. Giddy Sadat, how will my DJ journey go this summer? It should go well. It may be a little bit slow. It may be sporadic. Like, it could be the kind of thing where, like, there's nothing that happens for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden you have 4 things at once. but it's going to go well because you've got good luck coming in and you're being guided by the divine towards greener pastures. Things are moving forward. T-Vet, will I find my car key? I have no idea where it is. You're going to find it. I think it may be inside something. A jacket, a pocket, a drawer, a purse, a cup holder, like inside something. I think you're going to find it. That's so annoying. So annoying. T-Vet for the weekend. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Money comes in and you may be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. An old wound is healing and moving into the past. If you've had an argument or a disagreement with someone, it should resolve itself and move into the past. Feeling ambitious to be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You're no longer holding yourself back, and something nice may happen around the home. Moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, whatever it is, it would be positive. Kitty, see that general reading for this month. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. You could be planning travel, listen to your intuition, and you may have choices and options around social activity. Life's moving forward, and you're ready for it. Success comes in around a career moving forward. Now, that could be the DJ thing, or it also could be a new beginning around like a daytime job or a full-time job. Cause for celebration comes in around life moving forward towards greener pastures. Not bad, not bad. Taylor for tomorrow, love. Justice is in reverse, so you may feel like somebody has treated you unfairly or something may be out of balance. If you already have plans with somebody, the plans could continue. I don't see much changing, but with justice in reverse, you may feel like you put in a lot of effort and you're not getting back the same, or you've been treated unfairly, or things were a little bit out of balance. It's not a bad day. It's just kind of average. I don't see anything out of the ordinary happening around love. I don't see a lot of love here. Amy for the next 48 for Sunny. Amy for the next 48 for Sunny. This person has the world at their feet, and they may be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan may make them feel relief. They could be planning travel. Anxiety is easing and moving into the past, and they're feeling pretty content around life changing for the better quickly over the next couple of days. Ruchi, next in love. You've got the Magician here, the ability to manifest new opportunities, and a Scorpio coming in. You also have a Sagittarius and another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. If you're not with anyone right now, somebody may make you an offer that will be hard to turn down, but if you're feeling undecided, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Lay down the law, set boundaries, express your wants and needs around love, and don't settle for less than you want or deserve, and you should find a well-functioning relationship. That could lead you to the 10 cups being full. Not bad. Maja, I'm Maureen. My ex Samuel wants to reconcile with me. I'm not convinced he's looking to reconcile or get back into a committed relationship with you right now. If that's what your intention is with him, I would express your wants and needs to him, but he may feel like the relationship is weakened, or that the two of you are no longer on the same page. T-Vet finances. You do have money coming in. You have money coming in. Empress is bringing in love and money, or more of it. And finances should be strengthening between now and the end of the year. But from minute to minute or week to week, you may feel a little worried or concerned about money. I mean, who isn't? But you're okay. It's okay. It's fluctuating up and down, but the big picture is things are improving. Martisha, in my dreams, I saw a black snake with a yellow stripe coiled up on the floor behind the driver's seat of my car. Oh my God. I also had a dream about a cat strangling me. Any insight on those dreams? I think it's fear of being betrayed. I think both of them were they the same? They're two different dreams. I think that they have the same meaning. I think that it's both fear of being betrayed. Let me see if I have the dream book up here. I don't have the dream book up here. I don't know where it went. All right, when I locate the dream book, I'll look it up. But I'm pretty sure, I get the Seven of Swords here twice. It's betrayal. Yeah, betrayal. Indecision and betrayal. Heartbreak, disappointment. Especially that snake. What happened to my dream book? I don't know where it is, but I'll come across it and I'll look it up. But I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. Both of the questions answered with the Seven of Swords. Fear of betrayal. Tibet, when do you see me being financially stable to move to Picardy? Maybe relatively soon, like maybe sometime in August, like within the next couple of months. I mean, my thesis got suspended, and that was because of O. Though he has all of my work in progress, he neglected that. Read the energy of the situation on what happened. You is involved as well. So I don't understand what happened. These two people were supposed to do something for the thesis, and because they didn't do it, it got put on hold. Well, there you go, right there. Things are misaligned, and there may have been a miscommunication. Somebody also may have tried to manipulate the situation. Poor planning. So whatever this was that was supposed to be done by them, either they neglected it and like forgot, never got to it, or with the, it could have been manipulation. They could have manipulated the situation to kind of delay it on. I don't know if they did it on purpose. I don't know what your relationship is with them, but the Magician in reverse could be somebody who's acting manipulative. Lack of delegation, overstressed, lack of teamwork, disharmony, unorganized. They weren't very proactive. And the energy is still like chaotic. Debs, does Jake think that I'm moving up north for him? Yes, he does. Laverne, is Naomi, Shantae, Ashlyn, who is better for me? Okay, let's see. They all have potential, but I would say if I had to choose, and I would explore your options right now if you can, but I would say that Naomi comes up very strong. Gabs, how would George and Linda feel if I left Woodbine? Would they be able to relieve that I'm gone? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that could be. Red, best interest to represent myself next week. Outcome. I mean, the way it looks, I mean, if I would speak to a lawyer or get some kind of advice from somebody who knows better. But the way it looks like whatever this case is, it's kind of open and shut. And you shouldn't really have to pay a lawyer, because I don't think that there's anything that, like, it looks like it's black and white. It is what it is, and you don't really need somebody to prove anything. You already have the proof. Debs, how does Jake feel about the move if he thinks that I'm moving there for him? You may find him to have like a wall up, or he may be setting a boundary. Maybe a little bit stressful. So I don't know what your real intentions are, but if you make any decisions that are not in your own best interest, but in order to benefit someone else or to manipulate a situation, it's going to build resistance, and that may be what is showing. So I don't know if Emperor in reverse. I'm not sure what your intentions are by moving there, but you can't fake energy. So if there is something in your mind that is happy about being closer to him, and that may not be beneficial. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're putting yourself in a predicament or a place to be closer to him isn't going to benefit the relationship. It could build resistance. But it depends, exactly what it is why you're moving there. I wonder what would happen next and their thoughts of my work. I don't know the procedures, so I can't tell you what's going to happen next, but they seem to think that you're hardworking, you put a lot of effort in, you're grounded and stable, smart, intelligent, and you know how to get things done. So I don't know what the next thing is. I don't know if you just face something like a delay and then things move forward after whatever the period of time is. But it does look like things could move forward. Red, what happens if I represent... Oh, I did that one, didn't I? Oh, best interest is... All right, what happens if I represent myself next week? I think you're going to be okay, because you've got good luck coming in. Seems to be a strong case. And success. Are you still in for money? You got money coming in. I think you should be okay. And chances of getting a degree or a diploma that is higher. Are these two separate things? As of right now, it looks like you have a better chance of getting a diploma, but I'm not sure if it's the same thing. A higher diploma does look like it's possible. Susie, for tomorrow. You have a new journey that may begin, or something out of the blue, fun and exciting may happen with the Fool. You also have feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. You're no longer holding yourself back. You may hear from or run into or reconnect with an old friend or someone you haven't seen in a while. Perseverance pays off. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Martesha, is the betrayal surrounding Jay? Yeah, but it could be, but you know what? It's more of like fear of betrayal just in general. It doesn't have to be a specific situation. I think that it's the snake that represents the betrayal, and you seeing that, it's like feeling like somebody close. I mean, it's in your car, right? So it's like in close proximity to you could be betraying or has betrayed you. I would say that it's a fear of it happening in the future. Not that it already happened. Although it did happen, but that sometimes is what happens with fear. It's like you develop a fear because you lived through it and you don't want it to happen again. You know how like ignorance is bliss? If you never experienced it, you don't know what it's like. You can't imagine it. But now because you've lived through it, it's something that's in your subconscious. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, because sometimes it's that the subconscious mind is dealing with it in the sleep cycle. So your subconscious is processing it, it's coming out in the dream cycle, and that's healing. So that's not it's not necessarily bad, even though the dream's unpleasant. My God, I didn't realize that was that full. Oh my God, ignorance is bliss. I had this whole conversation. I've brought this situation up where I have a friend who has a friend, and her boyfriend's like a real ass. Anyway, to make a long story short, like the way we were talking about it, it's like, as bad as he is, she's almost like just as bad for not only putting up with it, but playing her part in it, right? And we were talking about, but does she know, like, if she is like buying his love, but doesn't realize that he doesn't really love her, and she's happy because ignorance is bliss, is that better than actually realizing what you're doing? I don't know. I mean, if you know what you're doing, at least you're not going to be disappointed. But I don't know. The whole situation is kind of crazy. And then me and my friend, who both happen to be like very self-reflective, like we're talking about ourselves, like, well, have we done that? Or is that something that we would do? Like if I was in that situation, would I have done this? Like I mentioned, I had a different friend who, I don't remember how much money it was, but she had started dating this guy, and she thought that things were going really well between them. And she was somebody who didn't have a whole lot of relationships in her life. And she gave him a large sum of money. I don't remember how much it was, but it was a big chunk that he needed for some business, whatever. And he never paid her back. He never paid her back any of it. And she knew she was never going to get the money, because he turned out to be exactly the opposite of what she thought he was, but that's besides the point. And I kept telling her, I'm like, you just have to forgive yourself for doing this. You did what you thought was right. I would have done the same. I would have done the same. She withdrew the money from her 401k. She gave it to him. And she was so embarrassed that she did this. I mean, nobody knew about it, but me, really. But you just have to forget it. Like, you made a bad mistake, it's over and it's done. But like, we always come back to ourselves. Like, would I have done that? Yeah, I probably would have done that. Depending on the person and the situation and where I was with them at that time. Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing if I had the money and they needed it. So forgive yourself and move on. But you know, for the X amount of time that she actually thought she was with this guy and she was happy, you know, was it worth it? I don't know. Donna sent an email. Let me go to my email. Hang on. There we go. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes, and it may be something like because of the connection that you guys have, and because sometimes they may see themselves in you. Vicky, got a call of the surgeon today for the liver op, told me the pros and cons as per the operation, but I said I got an appointment with the anesthesiologist first, which should be soon. So you go and see the anesthesiologist first, and then you have the surgery? Red, Should I ask Bill for help? Outcome if I do. I would, because I think he would help. Yeah, I don't know what the help is, but he looks like he's ready, willing, and able to help. Yeah, and it would be successful. But the downside is that I could be waiting up to 6 weeks, which by then will be my birthday. So I'm a little pissed at that. Still, it's finally, oh God. Well, at least it's starting to move, and we're starting to get this shit taken care of already. Because it's been so long, it's ridiculous. T-Vet, when do you see my sister beginning physical therapy again? It should be soon, like maybe the end of June, beginning of July, possibly within the next 2 weeks or so. Sarah, what does A the Pisces think about how I'm feeling around our current situation? As in, according to him, how do I feel about our current situation? I think he thinks that you're hopeful that things are going to change for the better between the two of you. That life could change for the better with communication coming in or picking up. I think he thinks that you're looking for a love connection. And I think he thinks that you're waiting on something to change for the better. Lolly, love for Cancer season. Love for Cancer season. Negativity moves into the past, and if you're not with anyone, explore your options. You could have a Cancer or a Gemini coming in. Old wounds heal and move into the past. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Leave the past in the past. Life is moving forward. You have a well-balanced, well-functioning relationship coming in. It may not happen before the end of Cancer season, but it should happen sometime like between now and the end of the year. Dr. Sony, career reading for me. What's coming? Applying for jobs. You may have some choices and options. You also may be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Investing time and effort into career pays off. You do have a new opportunity coming in before the end of the year. Your hard work pays off and brings in more money. You're no longer holding yourself back. You'll have choices and options, and expressing your wants and needs around career, like you'll get what you want. You should get what you want. M. Lourdes, work for next week. Perseverance pays off, and feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You may receive good news next week. Feeling grounded and stable, there's growth, change, and transformation for the better coming in around your career. Lucinda, for the next 5 days. Something may happen that makes you happy around work, school, or business. Money may be coming in, or good news comes in. Something nice may happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Luck changes to the better quickly, and you may be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. I mean, if I reach out to the deanship to look into my case, would I still get a chance to get my degree instead of a diploma? I think so. I don't think that, like, I think that it's worth I think it's worth trying. I think it's worth trying. T-Bet, how will things work out around that with my work schedule? Like, if they schedule her 3 days a week, we're going to be stuck. Well, there's growth, change, and transformation coming in, but there is also being stuck, Chariot in reverse. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out, but you may be stuck in the beginning, but then there's growth, change, and transformation, and you'll be able to work it out. So I don't know exactly what that means. If you're able to schedule the time around your work, or you're able to rearrange your work schedule around it, but you guys are going to be able to work it out. It's going to be stuck first, but then you're going to figure it out. Growth, change, and transformation leads to success. It may be that work works with you to help you with this, or they may help give you a little bit of leniency with your schedule, or time off if you need. Vicky, it's true, physically and mentally, plus my mom has been diagnosed a few months ago. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. God, I don't blame you for wanting it all over. It's crazy. Sucks. Clara, should I take the job at company O? I will end up leaving it in 2 months to go off to college, but I was wondering if it would be a problem. Do they know that you're going away to school? Because it looks like it's a good opportunity. If you need the money, I would take the job. If you have to leave, you have to leave. You know, people quit jobs every day, but it looks like it could be a good experience. And if you need the cash, it may be a good opportunity right now. Debs, changed my mind about the move and further communication. Will Jake feel better? He won't be hearing from me again. Well, you see, you're making your decisions, like you're making life decisions based on someone else. And when you do that, you're lowering your vibration because you're putting somebody else's wants and needs. So either you're moving because you have an opportunity there and it's for yourself, or you're moving there to be near him. So if you have to figure out what it is that you want. But picking up and moving to be closer to somebody who you're not in a relationship with, it lowers your vibration because you're running your life around them, not you. Like, I don't know if you were here yesterday when I told the story about years ago. I'd spoken to a reader on the phone, and I was talking about moving, but I was moving the opposite. It was moving to get away from somebody. And she goes, if you want to move, the best thing you can do for yourself is to move. And that's when you're going to hear from him, because once you start living for yourself and not him, that's when your energy and your vibration changes, and that's when you become more attractive. So you making decisions that are based on his wants and needs are lowering your vibration. So if you want to make this move because you have a job opportunity and you want to live by the lake, whatever, that's your decision. What he thinks is what he thinks. If you're making this decision because you want to live next door to him because you think it's going to cultivate the relationship and he's going to fall in love with you, you're going to be disappointed because it doesn't look like the two of you are on the same page. And it doesn't have to go from one extreme to the other. You don't have to never speak to him again because he doesn't want you to move next door to him. You see what I'm saying? You have to figure out what it is that you're doing for yourself, not if he wasn't on the planet. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really know how to answer this question because he's not saying he doesn't want to hear from you. But if you're telling him that you're moving to a location where he is, yeah, he thinks that you're doing it to be near him because he thinks that you're interested in him and he thinks that you want something from him. That's the way that this reads. Now, if you're not, then fuck him. You go do your own thing and let him think what he wants. But if there is truth in that statement, that's something that you have to figure out. You see what I'm saying? Like you're making it all about him, and this should be about you. If you're in communication with someone and you guys are friends, you guys are friends. But like I always talk about my friend Mark, I'm not picking up to move next door to Mark. And if I did, if I said, hey, Mark, actually, he lives in the development that I used to live in. If I called him and said, hey, Mark, I'm going to be moving back to my old place, he would be happy to know that I was there. Although nothing would change between our relationship because it is what it is. We're just friends. I wouldn't be moving there to be near him. I would just be moving there. I probably wouldn't see him any more than I do now because this is where our friendship is. But I also wouldn't say I'm never going to speak to him again. I mean, I'll speak to him when his birthday comes up. I'll reach out to him. Laverne, why is crows following me everywhere I go? There's no real specific reason. It may be that you have nice energy. It may be that you're like you're calm and they just like you. It's nothing negative. It's like pleasant, grounded, stable, down to earth, pleasant energy. Vicky, one thing is for sure, I'll never say at the beginning of this year it's going to be a good year. Good God. Clara, no, the company doesn't know that I'm planning on going to school. Initially, I applied because I needed the money for school, but it feels like I'm betraying them. I know, I would feel like that too, but you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot and they were having layoffs and you were the last person they hired, they would let you go in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. So you kind of have to, you know, unless you're going to get a job that's like a summer job, like a lifeguard or a camp counselor, any job you get for the summer, you're going to have to leave if you're going away to school. If you don't need the money, then that's one thing. But if you need the money, and it's good experience, you know, like it depends what it is. If it's your local grocery store, the turnover is very high. So they'll find somebody else to replace you if you leave in 6 weeks. It's not the end of the world. If it's something like you're babysitting for somebody that needs a babysitter, you may want to let them know what your plans are. But if it's a corporation like Macy's, they'll find someone else. I know, I would feel like that too. I would feel the same way. Marita, what's my manager Rebecca think about me? Pretty good. May find you to be somebody who's reliable, smart, intelligent, down to earth, somebody who's perseverant and hardworking. Cinnamon for today. May have money coming in, finances are improving, old wounds heal and move into the past, new beginnings around the horizon. Paying off a bill of debt or a loan may make you feel relief, and something nice may happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Kara, will I get a job if I go to the interview on Monday? I kind of gave the recruiting lady the impression that I was flaky. You could get the job though. I think you could get the job. I think it's okay. RK weekend vibes. Making decisions that push life forward towards greener pastures, disappointments are healing and moving into the past. The overall vibe is pleasant. Time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listening to your intuition, new beginnings around the horizon. Slow and steady wins the race, and maybe like a laid-back kind of a weekend. Jamie and Brianna Aries. You've got growth, change, and transformation coming in. Although it's slow and steady wins the race and a little bit sporadic, communication should pick up sometime between now and the end of July. Slow and steady wins the race. Listen to your intuition and take it day by day. Let's see how it goes. Timon for the rest of the day. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on, and a wish comes true. You may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business, and you could be spending time with a Leo or a Libra. Or both. Mountain, how does my supervisor view me professionally? Good. May find somebody as somebody who is reliable and dependable, somebody who is hardworking and focused, somebody who is detail orientated and successful. Laverne, what is my wife thinking about me at this time? Okay, whatever the situation is, she may be holding back, and she may be feeling like there's not much growth, change, or transformation around the situation. She may be feeling regretful or sorry about something, and she may feel like everything has kind of gone upside down. She may be worried. She may be concerned around the situation. General. You have a wish that comes true. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and a new journey begins. Listen to your intuition. You may be planning travel, possibly to water, by water, or around water. Could be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Hi, Joshua. Do you have a specific question, or you just want something general? Hot Sun, what are E's feelings and next actions towards me? May find you to be a grounded, stable person, somebody who's got a good personality, somebody with a strong, confident personality. I don't see a whole lot of action here. It may be slow. There could be communication, but even that looks a little slow. If you want to speak to them, I would reach out to them, or at least get the ball rolling as far as communication is concerned. Starfall, how will it go working with Libra Daniel? It should go okay, but something may be out of balance between the two of you. Two people that are not on the same page about something. I don't know what that is. So just keep it in mind that things may be a little bit out of balance. Six of Pentacles is in reverse. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Anthony, I just applied for a job in an oil company, P. Do you see I got the job offer from them? What do you see? You got a good opportunity. You have about a 70% chance, yes, you could get this job. Now, let's say you don't get it. There may be another opportunity that comes in that's just as good, and you may get that because things are moving forward for you. Butterfly kiss for the next 24. You've got the world at your feet, old wounds heal and move into the past, new beginnings around the horizon. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Something may happen that makes you happy around work, school, or business, and you may be spending time with an Aries. Weight of the world slips off your shoulders and life begins to move forward. Butterfly A, am I difficult to get along with, or does ES have some mental problems that she's taking out on me? Could be a little bit of both. It may be that she's overly sensitive or may find you to be a little bit difficult. It also could be that the two of you just kind of don't get along or just kind of don't understand one another. It's kind of like reading like it takes two to tango. Like not one person is 100% to blame. Beavis, next action from ST towards me. There could be communication that comes in, but it looks a little slow, and it looks like things may be a little bit out of balance between the two of you. There should be communication. If you want communication to happen quick, I would reach out to them rather than wait. Sarah, I'm going to try to come on later, like maybe around 2:30. I have to run an errand, and I have a couple of other things to take care of. If I could make it on at 2:30, I'll be back on. Yeah. Kritika, love with Raghav this weekend. Average, things look a little slow. I don't see much changing. If you have plans with this person this weekend, you're probably going to see them. Not much changes. It's average. If you don't have plans, there may not be anything much happening this weekend. It's an average, okay weekend. But I don't see a whole lot of love happening here right now. Sharon, today is the last day of school for the crossing guard position. With all the trouble Safe Passage man gave me, did I do well with my boss in the school's eyes? Yes, I think you did very well. Amen. The rest of the week with O. Look out for having a little argument or a disagreement with the Five of Wands. Communications either coming in or picking up. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation is fine. Could lead to a little argument, or like you may feel like maybe not much is moving forward quickly, which is okay. Nothing terrible is happening. It just may be a little bit of a slow week. F, should I remain O to the end our kind of relationship that he is new informed? Could you rephrase that question? I'm not sure what you're asking. Eminem, love for Taurus. Taurus may be feeling undecided about something or someone. May also feel like things are functioning well if they're currently in a relationship. Maybe kind of happy and content with the way things are, although there is some indecision around the situation. If they're not with anyone, they may have an earth sign coming in, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but slow and steady wins the race. Laverne, Odin has 7K for me. Why is he not answering his phone? Did he steal the money and not planning to give it back? I don't think he's planning on stealing it. No, I would give him the benefit of the doubt for right now. And what is O and U's energy towards me? Things look out of balance. 3 and 6 of Pentacles would be a misalignment, Maybe power, like, I don't know if they're powerful, like power and domination, or feeling out of balance, disorganized. That's their energy is like, I care for it. It's like not putting in any effort, slacking. Borderline disrespectful. Be wise for the next few days. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition. Money comes in, finances improve, and the solution to a problem is in front of you. You may be planning travel, maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Yes, I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Yep. Taylor, Jay is a new dating option. What do you see in love? Well, I would give it a chance. It does look like the two of you could click. There's good communication coming in, and you could be spending time together. I don't necessarily see a whole lot of love here, but you're not there yet. This is something that's new, and there is communication. So I would explore the option. Let's see what happens. Macy, can I have a career reading for the rest of the week? Career is okay. It's like slow and steady wins the race. I don't see all that much changing, although you may get good news around career. Listen to your intuition, and expressing your wants and needs may lead you to success around career. Lady Sunshine cards for the summer. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care, but something out of the blue, fun and exciting may happen that leads to happiness, and you also may be planning travel. Money comes in, listen to your intuition, and something nice could happen around the home. Moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, whatever it is, it would be positive. New love. Why did Joanna care so much about me before and now not at all? This person wanted something from you and they got what they wanted. So whatever it was that you did for them or gave them or helped them with, they got what they wanted. That's terrible. Vaishali, General. Finances improve. Money comes in. The world is at your feet. Negativity moves into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be feeling like working on a new creative project or creative hobby, or there's a new beginning around creative opportunities. Could be spending time with a Leo or an Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, possibly even a Pisces. Stephanie, General. Stephanie, General. Could be planning travel, possibly a road trip. Maybe investing time in a side business, side project, side hustle that could be successful long term. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Maybe thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study, and your luck is changing for the better quickly. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. F, should I remind O to the end our relationship that he is conscious about it because we had only good night at the end? I'm still not sure what you're asking. Migu for the next 24. Anxiety eases and moves into the past and life moves forward. Maybe spending time with a Leo, a Sagittarius, or a Cancer, or maybe all three. Might hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan could make you feel relief. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Emily, love and romance. It depends where you are in your love life. Anything that's broken, disconnected, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, anything that's out of balance will disintegrate and move into the past. If you're in a well-functioning relationship, things can continue like the way they are. But if it's not well-functioning, it will move into the past. And then new beginnings are on the horizon. Empress is bringing in love and money, and good karma's coming in, possibly with an Aries or a Libra, maybe even water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Exploring your options leads to success around love. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve. Irta, general. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. You have a wish that comes true around work, school, or business. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Life changes for you for the better quickly, and you're ready for things to move forward. Life is moving forward. Magician's heart, energy between me and Tacky. What's coming? Energy is like stable. I don't see much changing around this situation. There's communication coming in. That's pretty much all I see here. It's communication. Ivo, may I please have a general for the next 2 weeks? At the moment, pushing hard for my next test. Focus on succeeding at the next test. Okay, let's see. You should be successful. You're no longer holding yourself back. Stepping into your strength leads to success. Make sure you take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care as well. Listen to your intuition. Luck changes for the better and life moves forward. You should do well. Alpha, general. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. A wish comes true. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition. Good news may come in around finances improving or around business. Maybe spending time with the fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Life's moving forward and you're ready for it. And you may see like justice or karma or something come back. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, you'll be happy about it. Sha, boyfriend Jay's current feelings and next actions. Look at a little disconnected. Like he's not putting in all that much effort and he's kind of disconnected from the situation. Two of Cups in reverse could be problematic around this situation. Two of Cups could be disharmony, breakup, lack of communication, broken, sporadic communication, but you should hear from him. But it looks like there may be trouble in this relationship. D for today. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Money comes in, finances improve. Or news of money coming in could be. Maybe spending time with Sagittarius or Virgo. Listen to your intuition and take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Susie, I set an intention last night to the universe during the full moon. Energy around my intention. When do you see it manifesting? I can't really answer that because I don't know what the intention is. You know how I feel about this whole manifestation shit, but the cards can't read I set an intention. You know, like what's the intention? That Brad Pitt shows up at the door, that you're the next Beyonce. You see what I'm saying? Like I can't really answer it. And then the next thing is that if you're asking when something is going to manifest, it kind of shuts down the energy of manifesting it. Because it's like, you got to throw it out to the universe and just let it go. Not when is it going to happen. So this isn't really a question that I can give you a clear answer on because, yeah, I'm just not confident I can give you an answer on it. Like, not every intention that we set out manifests the way we think it's going to manifest in the time it's. Vicky, general for tomorrow. But you could ask another question if you want. You have the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities that bring in happiness. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready, but you might be feeling relief. Now, that may be because you spoke to the doctor. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Melissa, general for the next 30. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready and listen to your intuition. New beginnings are on the horizon that lead to success, and you may be thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study, and your luck changes for the better quickly. Negativity moves into the past. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and new doors open. I answered for Cinnamon, didn't I? I think I did. F, should I say again bye to the relationship, though personally that he is not new informed of it? It's 2 months last contact. So you haven't spoken to him in 2 months and you want to call him up and say goodbye to him? Is that what you're saying? No, I would leave things the way they are. Calling him up to say goodbye to him doesn't, it's not reading like that. It's reading like you're calling him up to open up communication. So you can call him up. Like, you can call him up and say, fuck you, but it's not going to be received like that. It's going to be received like you're looking to get communication going. I would leave things alone right now. AM, how did my friend Elizabeth feel after seeing me today? Good. May have felt like happy, stable, grounded, down to earth. It may have been pleasant. The world is at your feet and perseverance is around it. It may have went well. Bella, I have a job interview coming up. This job pay more than the prior one. I think it does, yes. And I would let them know, like, tell them what you're looking for. Like, let them know what you're looking for as far as pay is concerned. Mountain, why does HW at work say snarky things to me, most recently insinuating that I was emotionally unstable? You know, it's like an ego thing. It kind of makes me feel better to put you down. I want you or people to think that I'm superior. It speaks more about them than it does you. Yeah, I don't like it, but that's who they are. You know, I just watched this video last night of, I didn't even know this girl. I don't even know her name, but it just struck a chord with me because of what she said. She said that, like, this was years ago. Her husband was in the army or wherever, and they were stationed in Germany, and I guess they were living on whatever the base was. I know my cousin her husband's in the army, and they were over there too. They're not anymore. They're back here now. But anyhow, and I guess, like, you kind of become friendly with the other families. And she said that for years she had an issue with having people in her house because she became friends with this woman. Long story short, the woman, like, the kids came for a play date, and this woman, like, literally insulted everything in her house. So after that, she was like, I don't want to have anybody in my house. Like, I will go to the park, I will go anywhere, but I don't want people in my house, because it really did something to her, which is so funny because I have that same thing. I don't know where it comes from, because if I went into somebody else's house, even if the place was a dump, even if nothing looked nice, I would never say it to them. I wouldn't say it to anyone else. I wouldn't care. I would figure, like I say to everyone, life is a shit show. We're all trying to get through this. You know, like, I almost kind of have more of an issue with people that have such a clean house and they think that they're better than everyone because their house is clean. Like, I kind of like I have a friend of mine who, she doesn't have a house anymore, but her house was kind of upside down, and I just kind of felt comfortable there. Like, you know what? I don't have to worry about what she thinks of my house because I've seen hers. Like, she's the one person I would have come here. But anyway, no, not really. Avery's dad. But aside from that, like, he was never somebody I had to worry about. Like, yeah, that's fine. But my point being here is that this woman putting down this new family to the neighborhood or the base or whatever you call it, and criticizing the woman's light fixture or the mix match furniture, it speaks more of who she is than it does the family. You know, like, to me, a happy family or happy people or people that are content with what they have don't look to criticize or ridicule other people. So if you come into my house and you're like, how come the blankets on your bed are all different colors and none of them match? Because I don't know why. That's what it is. I'll tell you why. Because when I bought them, I probably bought what was cheapest. That was probably what I was thinking, because money was probably tight. And I know that I've bought things before. Well, it doesn't match, but it's cheap, or it's on sale, or it's on clearance. That's why. And the blanket functions and keeps your ass fucking warm no matter what color it is. So that's where I was when I did that. But that's all besides the point. So it's like with this woman, she's putting you down, or she's suggesting you're unstable because she's probably unstable, and it makes her feel better that you're not as, well, I'm not like that. You are. You're probably worse. That's why you're calling me out, because you know what? I wouldn't say that to somebody. You know what you know about people, and if she does think that you're unstable for whatever reason, that's fine. She's entitled to her opinion. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Mountain, I mentioned that the supervisor was bogarting files because things that should have been removed were there, and she said, well, I guess it depends on your state of mind when you were doing it. Oh, what an asshole. Really? What an asshole. Yeah, she's got problems with herself. She's unhappy. I would ignore her as much as possible. I wouldn't let her see that she ruffles a feather. What an asshole. Good morning, Bernard. Ivo, once again, you answered another question. We can manifest, but it doesn't always come to us in the form. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, and it depends. Like, I'm skeptical first of all, the cards do need energy to go into. But I had somebody once who I think was very young that was trying to manifest a celebrity. And they kept saying that this was my twin flame, and I know we're supposed to be together, and we have this connection. And we didn't realize for a long time that this person was talking about a celebrity. And I'm not throwing stones. Listen, if you would have caught me when I was 14, I would have been manifesting Tommy Lee. He was going to be my knight in shining armor. He was going to save my life. He was coming in on the horse, I'm telling you. So I'm not criticizing other people. Whether they're 14 or 28 or 59, it doesn't matter. If you have this belief, first of all, you're entitled to it. But I'm not going to encourage that, and I can't go into energy and say that something is going to happen if I don't know what we're talking about. Like, are we being realistic with what we're manifesting? Like, am I going to manifest a gig at the pub down the street, or am I going to manifest being Beyonce? Like, there's a big difference. So if I don't know exactly what we're talking about, I'm reluctant to answer it, because like with that person, like, who knows if she would have been, turning down prom dates because she thought Johnny Depp was going to take her, or whoever, and I don't want to do that to somebody. I mean, I would rather, like I say all the time, in the moment, this is what reality is showing us. Okay, Joe is decided to be with Sally. He doesn't want to be with you right now. That's what reality is showing us. This whole situation can turn around next week. We've seen that happen. But for today, move forward with your life, or find something else to do if you can't get over it. But don't sit around thinking, well, when is he going to leave her? Because that's going to keep you stagnant. So with everything, and with manifesting as well, it's like sometimes, you think, we've seen it happen before, like, oh, I'm going to put it out that I need a new job, and then you go on an interview and you think you got that job, or maybe you did get that job, because it happened to me once. I got the job, and then it never happened. But then it's like, then you may see that that's because I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to do something else, and then another opportunity came in. So you don't always know how it's going to happen. That's true. Bernard, what are you doing? Oh, I am doing good. Yeah. General reading for the next 25 days. Okay. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and with the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. You may be thinking about starting a side business, side project, side hustle, whatever it is. It could be successful. Negativity moves into the past. A wish comes true. Disappointments heal and move into the past. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. And you may be spending time with a Leo or possibly a Libra. Michelle, love for July. Love for July. Explore your options in July if you're not with anyone right now. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. But you do have a wish that could come true around long-term potential. If it's not in July, it should be sometime before the end of this summer. And it may be with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Leo comes up very strong around you. But it also could be with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And of the air signs, Gemini comes up the strongest. I know, Mountain. How rude. How rude. Like, always find something to... Yes, exactly. Or don't say anything. Like, that's the thing. It's like, don't say anything. You don't know what somebody's situation is. Like, you got to be rude about an outdated light fixture. I mean, I like vintage stuff. So if I walked in and somebody had old shit, I would think that was really cool. But my dad always says, he goes, you always want the shit that nobody wants. Yeah, well, that's my style. So what? If you don't like it, then that's fine. You don't have to have the swag lamp in your house. I have it. I bought the ugly lamp because I felt bad for it. And I like it. But everything that she was saying totally resonated with me. And that's why, like, I would always get anxiety when I had to have people over. Even stupid people, like the cable guy had to come. And my coworker used to say to me all the time, I used to be like, oh, I got to go home and clean the house. The cable guy's coming. And she would be like, Danny, the cable guy doesn't care about your house. He'll be noticing your boobs before he notices whether or not you vacuum. Don't worry about it. But that's where my head goes. It's probably trauma from my mother. My mother was like that. No, it's not. No. If you don't have to. Okay, so if you haven't spoken in 2 months and somebody has ghosted you, or however it ended. So either the person said they weren't going to be in contact with you anymore, or they ghosted. But communication is always positive. So calling him up and telling him, okay, I'm just ending things. Things already ended. Like, you're already not talking. So what are you letting him know? But calling him up is positive because it's communication. So you're giving him communication. If you want things to end, you have to not give him communication. So what is the point? But you know, it's like if somebody will say to me, I used to get this question all the time. I haven't spoken to him in 6 months, but his birthday's tomorrow. Should I wish him a happy birthday? No. Why would you wish him a happy birthday? Why would you initiate conversation with somebody that is no longer in your life just to wish them a happy birthday? No. Now, if your intention is, I'm going to wish him a happy birthday because I'm hoping this is going to increase communication, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to manipulate the situation to get what I want, it's not going to work. What could work is, yeah, he could respond and you could have communication in the moment, but you can't manipulate somebody into loving you. You could force them, you can coerce them, you can threaten them, but you can't manipulate love. Love has to be organic, otherwise it's not love, it's manipulation. And people do it every day. You know, I'm going to let you live here, you can live in my big beautiful house, but you have to be with me. Oh, and then she doesn't want to work and he wants to pay for everything and he's going to control everything, or vice versa, because it could happen the other way, or whatever the circumstance is. But that's not love. It's a transactional thing. So it's the same thing. It's like if you're going to call up somebody 2 months later and say, I'm just calling to end this with you, it's already ended. Like, there's already nothing there. So it's just like, it's like, what's the real intention there? Like, if you think that you can't move on because of this, then my suggestion would be to write a letter and burn that letter, but I wouldn't open up communication, because any communication that you have is going to set you back. It's not going to help push it forward. There is no such thing as closure. It just doesn't work. It's not going to work. Red, was the lawyer in the elevator checking me out? Yes, he was. GB, my partner and I got into an argument and it was a very bad one. Can you tell me what you see happening? I think eventually it's going to blow over. It may take a couple of days though, or a week or so. There's your argument, and he's taking time for himself, but there should be communication that comes in. And I'm going to say the communication may come in with like I'm going to say a week to 10 days from the time of the argument. I think eventually it blows over. vibe would, will the universe send me a mature life partner? The universe doesn't send you partners. You have to go out and find one. Like, you have to, in order for life to move forward, we have free will, so you have to live your life and be open to potential. But the universe isn't going to send one to your door. No. You have to figure that out and explore your options. Exploring your options around love leads to success. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve. You have an earth sign coming in, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You have new beginnings on the horizon. You have a Libra around. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve. And it doesn't look like it's old energy from the past. It looks like it's new energy coming in. But you have to be the one to be out there. You know, it's not, you don't have to go out on a manhunt. But you need to, like, be open to potential, not get hooked on one person, and, like, live life. But if you get stuck with, like, well, I have to meet him online, and, like, you go on every dating website. Like, the more dating websites, the more chance I'm going to meet someone. It's not going to work like that. You're not going to get sent to anyone. You have to go and find the person. But you could block it by not ever leaving your house or not ever doing anything or accepting any opportunities. You see what I mean? Susie, general love reading. General love reading. You do have a commitment coming in here. So if you're not in a committed relationship, through perseverance leads you to a wish coming true around commitment. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities with a strong relationship. That could be with Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It could be with a Leo or another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. Not bad. Brenda for today. You may have good news that comes in around work, school, or business. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Something may happen today that makes you happy around work, school, or business, or finances may be improving. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Perseverance pays off. Not bad. YP is S. Initiate the communication towards M in the near future. This person showing is the Hermit. I don't see communication coming in. If M wants to talk to S, they should reach out to them. Especially if it's been a while. Tanya for the next 48. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Listen to your intuition. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be paying off a bill of debt or a loan or setting money aside for something, and you could be spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for yet? Oh, you're welcome. Hawaii for the next 2 days. may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition and set boundaries if you feel like someone is overstepping. I know the last couple of nights, right? We had last week, the sun was a big orange ball. It was maybe it was around 8 o'clock at night. It was so pretty. Anybody else here I haven't answered for yet? Tanya, love. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities and set boundaries if you feel like you're, if someone is overstepping. Or it also could be express your wants and needs around love. Fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Then somebody from your past could be returning with the Six of Cups. You may have Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Listen to your intuition. Long-term potential is around your next relationship. Not bad. Sarah, I need your advice. I ended things with 8 Pisces a few days ago. I'm over it. He's been calling me. I'm not picking up. I don't want to get into it again. Do you suggest I block him? If you're really done with it and you're serious, yeah. He's calling because he doesn't believe it because you've been back and forth with him so many times. You know, it's like, I'm not going to talk to you again. This is over. And then 3 days later, it's like, okay, everything's okay now. Okay, we're just going to be friends. And then it's like, okay, it's, yeah. So if you mean business and you really want him gone and you're sure that you're not going to unblock him again, then I would block him, yeah. But if you think that in 3 days from now you're going to change your mind and you're going to unblock him, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because it's just, this is a cycle that is just repeating. It's on repeat and it's going around and around. And it's like, it's similar to the other person that I was saying. Like, you're going to call somebody now 2 months later and tell them it's over. It's like telling somebody that it's over, but you're not following through with it. So yeah, I would be sure of what you want before you make the decision. Nicole, a previous person who I used to date is planning on coming back. I was wondering what Thomas's true intentions and feelings are. He's planning on coming back. How do you know that? He told you that? And you want to see if he's like legit? Well, here's the thing. He is legit. His feelings do seem like they're legit. You got the Six of Pentacles, which could be a well-balanced, well-functioning relationship for a while. However, there's not a whole lot of growth around the situation. So if you guys broke up for whatever the reason that you broke up last time, that situation may replay again. Listen to your intuition and make sure that it's something that you really want, because it looks like it may be unsuccessful. Or like it could be the kind of thing, he comes back and 3 months are great, and then all of a sudden the same old bullshit happens and you're like, I went back to the same relationship I left. Or the same thing happens again. Be careful that this is what you really want. Red, general on what I need to do now. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition. Stepping into your strength and self-confidence pushes life forward towards greener pastures. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. If you do need to make a decision about something and you're under the gun, I would seek professional guidance, whatever the topic may be. But it looks like you've got feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Life is moving forward and you're ready for it. Is there anyone else here I have an answer for you? Red, how will Bill feel when he sees me again? There may be relief, like maybe relieved to see you again, maybe happy to see you. Things could be a little slow and steady wins the race, but communication's going to pick up. And he may be feeling like content, relieved. Yeah, pretty good. Eli, does Gemini that I'm talking to starting to have feelings for me? I only want to be friends, and I may have to end it. As of right now, it looks like a friendship, so I would say you're okay right now. If you start to get the vibe, you know, like in a couple of months, then you could end it, or if he oversteps a boundary, but right now it looks okay. Mel, will Scorpio ever own up to what he did and take full accountability? I don't know he's going to take full accountability, but he may own up to some of it, yeah. Yeah. Mod. Adonis, me and the Aquarius. You do have communication coming in or picking up, and you or you both may be feeling relieved about that. A disappointment is healing and moving into the past. You could be spending time together. You may feel a little bit more like things are a little bit more grounded and balanced, or like there's good karma around the situation. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation is okay. And I don't think that you do this anyway. You kind of go with the flow of things rather than forcing anything. I wouldn't try to force anything, but things look okay right now. Communication looks pretty good. Red, why would he feel relieved? I don't know. Have you not seen him in a while? Like, may have felt like things were out of balance, or maybe thought that you were mad at him or something. Like, may feel like this bullshit was happening. So when you finally see one another, he may feel like relief that that nonsense has moved into the past. And he may be happy to see you. Balance. Balance and tranquility. Harmony. Tanya, I hope Edward is still understanding my boundaries. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. As of right now, anyway. Sudeshni, will P and Ben get back together? They could, yeah, that may happen. That may happen. Alina, will I select in NEAT in 2026? And I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to ask it as a yes and no question. Yeah, that may happen for you. Ivo, very wise. Once you block a person, don't unblock. My ex for years has been trying to contact me, even hacked my email. Oh my God. Stayed away, yeah. I mean, usually the answer is not to go back, right? Like, it's like life is about moving forward, not about going back. There are occasions where I think it's okay. Like, if somebody, they break up, like, let's just say, for example, you date somebody in the year 2000. They get married, you get married, you get divorced, you reconnect in 2015. Okay, you guys have had lives apart, 15 years. You're different people. You come back as different people. And they say you ran into them by chance. You didn't reach out to them. You ran into them at the post office. That, I think, is different. But everybody that's looking to go run back to the ex because there's nothing in front of them, or they're waiting to reconnect with something that didn't work 25 times, they're riding a roller coaster that's a cycle up and down, back and forth, those things aren't changing. You're just going to continue to ride that ride. But, so I very rarely do I think it's a good idea to go back to the past. You know, especially if it's like, hey, we broke up 2 months ago. I'm going to call him up and wish him a happy birthday. Probably a bad idea. It's probably not going to produce a good Good success story. Mountain will P from the branding try to reach out through friends sometime soon. That could happen. It may happen sometime in the month of July. I mean, you gotta get your email hacked. And people are crazy. People are crazy. And I feel like social media and it's just made people crazier. Because I think, and this may be partly our own fault, that we're like putting everybody, like we're putting everything up and people are looking at it. So it's like the boundaries are less. You know, like the first time I saw somebody in the fucking delivery room, I was like, why am I in the delivery room here? Like, why am I looking at that? Like, why do you have your legs up in the air and the doctor is there and I'm looking at the picture on the internet with 800 of your other friends? Like, so it's like we're putting that up there and then other people are overstepping boundaries and we're like, can you believe they overstepped my boundary? Well, you were naked in the doctor's hospital and you didn't care about that. But you can't, you know, so it's like, I feel like social media has really screwed people up just in general. And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it because there's a picture of Avery up when she was born. So I'm just as guilty. Dakota, money reading for this weekend. I don't see like any extra money coming in. If you're like getting paid, like Nine of Pentacles money could be coming in. But other than that, I don't see any specific money coming in. Money looks average. Sudeshni, will I have any growth at work and any changes happening? Should I look for something new? I mean, I think it's always a good idea to, you know, keep your eyes out for new opportunities because that's how you have growth, change, and transformation that comes in. But your current work looks good. You have new beginnings on the horizon, stepping into your strength and no longer holding yourself back could bring in a new journey. Work looks okay. You know, like keeping an eye out, looking at Indeed, you know, putting it out there is okay. But right now, it looks like your current job is okay. Is there anybody else here that I haven't answered for? Luz, how will it go? The job position I applied in Dublin. That's got to be great. Looks like it's going to be a great opportunity. Cause for celebration comes in around the new journey. Good. Good. That's nice. Big change, but I think it's going to be great. Great opportunity. Twin Flames, General. Twin Flames, General. Anxiety eases and moves into the past and life moves forward towards greener pastures. Lay down the law, set boundaries, and a wish comes true. Oh, how you like that? Life's moving forward and you're ready for it. You may be spending time with a Virgo. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and money may be coming in or finances could be improving. Anybody else here that I haven't answered for? Otherwise, I will wrap it up and I'll try to come back on later this afternoon. If I don't come back this afternoon, then I'm going to come on like after I pick Avery up from school. Luz. Oh, you're welcome. My last day at the company and I'm moving. Oh, wow. Wow. I resigned and I found a job position with the same company. Oh, that's great. That's great. Nice. Nice new beginning. Mountain, should I say something to JP or KW about the issue I'm having with HW? This has been going on for several years and I just didn't think about it until I'm in the office all the time now. I would say something. Yeah, I think you should. I mean, I don't know how much could be done because it's hard to police something like that. Like policing somebody's, you know, like what the comments that they make. But I would let it be known just in case something, you know, let them take notice of it. Let's put it that way. Let them take notice of it. Let them watch. Yeah, I would do it. Twin Flames, how does O feel about her project? Okay. Maybe feeling grounded and stable, maybe feeling lucky, may feel like life is changing for the better quickly. I would say he's optimistic. Anybody else before I sign off? Otherwise, I will wrap it up and see you guys hopefully at like 2:30. If not, it'll probably be about 5:30. 5:30-ish. Something like that. All right. Thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.